What's up, guys? As I mentioned in the last video, we are bringing the NSX here to FL2K to roll race. And we thought after the roll race day, that was going to be it. We were going to be done, just hanging out for the rest of the event. But that is not the case. We are going to be racing another car. Mike Vargas hit me up. He was going to bring an RX-7 out to compete in the stick shift class. Turns out he just couldn't get the car together to make it out. So he offered to give me his stick shift class ticket. And I thought, what stick cars do we have? And really, it comes down to the hatch here. So we got the hatch pulled in and we are prepping this thing to go racing at FL2K. We went ahead and got the street tires off of this thing. We got the slicks on there. I actually had to give the other wheels that we had on the rear back to Jamie and the guys for the Freedom Civic, because those were the wheels off of the Freedom Civic. But I still had the tires, so we just swapped the rear slicks onto these Rotas back here, and then we have the 13s on the front like we've always had. And we're just going over the hatch here because we're going to be running it in the stick class. So I think the hatch should do pretty well. They have two sections of the stick shift class depending on where you qualify. A lot of the fast guys are, running like 8 seconds and up, and then the slower half is somewhere in the 9s and slower. So I think the hatch would actually do pretty good in that lower bracket of the stick shift class, considering it went a 9.3 the last day of Sick Week at Bradenton. I think if it's running somewhere just consistently in the mid 9s, that it should be pretty competitive. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the hatch into the stick shift class for FL2K and see how she does. So we got a few more things to do. We were taking the trailer hitch off because we don't need that anymore. We're ditching some weight. I had mentioned in a video back that we were looking for a carbon fiber hatch, but I didn't find that, but I did find some other components. And those guys are right here, boys. So if you look right here, we have ourselves a pair of carbon fiber doors for a EK Civic. And these actually came off of another all-wheel drive Civic that actually ran like a low 8-second pass. The guy built the car, had some fun with it, ran a few passes, and then he ended up parting out the whole Civic. And these doors came up for sale on Marketplace. And I drove down to Fort Myers to pick them up. I've actually had them for a couple months now. And I was waiting to do a video until we got the carbon fiber rear hatch so I could make an episode and be like fully carbon fibering out the hatch with the doors and the rear hatch and all the other components. But this is what we have laying around. They've been sitting in our parts room for a while, and since we're trying to prep the hatch here to go fast in the stick shift class, as fast as possible on its current setup, she's been needing to go on a diet. So now's the time to do it. We're gonna go ahead and slap these carbon fiber doors on the hatch. I'm not sure just yet how much weight we'll save. Hopefully it's comparable to the MR2 when we did the carbon fiber doors on it, because we saved almost over 110 pounds on the overall weight of the car. So I don't know if it's going to be as drastic as the MR2, because we got rid of the window regulators and the MR2's doors had electronic windows and stuff like that from factory, whereas the hatch has manual windows. But I'm sure we'll still save at least a solid maybe 30-40 pounds a door, which will be pretty significant. So we're going to go ahead and get the doors off the hatch since we don't have anything else to do today, and get these carbon fiber ones thrown on there. The NSX, like I said in the last video, is ready to go. Rod bolts in the 240 are still loose. That thing's still cooked, and we're moving on. So we just got this door panel off right here. For those of you that may or may not know, the hatch actually used to have a top of the line security system back in the day. Dude, look at that install.
With 6 speaker wire to power.
Dude, it had a Viper alarm system installed in this unit, and someone came in here and installed the little actuators so it had automatic locks, and it actually used to have a key fob. And I went through so much trouble to make the key fob work back when I first got this car. I bought one on eBay for like 40 bucks. Got it all hooked up, and I did get the electric locks working at one point, and then I kind of gave up on that after a while. So now it's time for all that stuff to go and get our new carbon fiber doors on there.
Definitely needs cleaned up.
Yeah. I know a lot of you guys have always said, repaint the hatch, make it clean. I'm telling you guys, one day, the hatch is going to be freaking sick. I mean, we're going to have to take care of these doors because they are really nice. These are beautiful. Look at that. So, piece by piece, we're going to clean up the hatch here. She's getting more and more legit. She's definitely been needing to go on a diet for some time now, and that starts today. All right, guys, so we got the passenger side door off real quick, and before we tear it all apart, we're going to go ahead and weigh this guy and see how much we will save compared to the carbon one afterwards. So that guy is 65-ish pounds, 65 pounds. I think the MR2's doors were close to 70 pounds each, so that's actually pretty close considering this is all manual everything. I can tell you right now, that is way lighter, to be expected. 17 pounds. Carbon door, 17 pounds with nothing in it. So once we get everything swapped over, see how much this guy weighs and see how much we're saving. All right, guys, we got the first carbon door all together here. We do have the mirror on there, so that might be like an extra pound. And we got some vice grips hanging off of there right now, but you wanna go ahead and throw her on there, see how much lighter we got. So the factory door was 65, and this one is right at 34. So 30 pounds, 31 pounds. And that's not bad considering the mirror was missing. And then these are probably like, you know, these are probably not even gonna make a difference, but oh, we got 1 pound less. So 32 pounds of difference a door.
That mirror is a good 2 pounds. It's surprisingly heavy. So
not bad. So that
about 35 pounds.
So it'd be close to 60 to 70 pounds total weight savings between the two doors,
yeah,
as long as the driver door is the same.
Yeah, and that's with full glass in it too. Like that's heavier than the freaking door is. So if we put Lexan in it, you know, it's another probably 8 to 10 pounds.
Nice.
Not bad.
Get the passenger door back on, and then we can move on to the driver's side. Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty snazzy.
Look at that. The hatch got her first major carbon fiber component. She's finally going on a diet. It's been much needed because the all-wheel drive system added quite a bit of weight to this thing. So, like I said, we still want to try to get a back hatch. So if anyone does have a back hatch or know of one for an EK, hit me up, because that is another heavy piece that I would like to do to the car. But yeah, we just got our passenger side carbon fiber door on there. Check it out. It looks so good. Nice and straight. The door I had on there was pretty beat up and dented. So that is looking sweet. So shiny. The regulator on this door has been broke for years. So you go down kinda okay. Like skips a whole bunch of teeth. I mean, it's basically just completely broke at this point. But it doesn't catch at all. And I've always had to just kind of lift the window up into place, which was very annoying and it sounds like crap. But we've been waiting for this moment because we got a new window regulator to go into the new carbon fiber door for the driver's side, so we won't have that issue anymore. But we're gonna go ahead and get this guy pulled off and get the driver's side door done, and we'll be good to go. So just for curiosity, I put the Civic on the scales, and right now we are sitting at 2370. Basically, once we throw the other door on, we're working on the driver's side door right now. That's gonna be another 30 pounds going on right there. So then that will put the car at pretty much exactly 2,400 without me in it, and I'm just over 160 pounds, so we'll be at about 2,560 with race weight, and that is with a full tank of gas. I just filled this thing up yesterday, so she is topped off. That's pretty good. Just over 2,500 pounds ready to go, and we still have the carbon hatch to do, which will take a lot of weight off. There's a lot of stuff up under the dash that, you know, at this point, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this stuff or not for the future. We still have the heater core, the heater motor, all that stuff, the blower motor, I mean. There's a lot of stuff under the dash. The support bars are in there, so we could gut the dash out, you know, do a carbon dash. They make them for the EKs as well, lose probably a good 40, 50 pounds between all that stuff. I'm just not sure how race car I wanna go with the hatch yet, because I kind of like that it's somewhat still a streetable car and it's not too race card out like the MR2 or anything like that. Also, we could get a nicer race seat, probably lose a good 15 pounds there because the seats are 33 pounds. And then one other big chunk of weight on the car is the front weight plate. So when this car was front wheel drive, I put this weight plate on there to help get traction on the street. It also helps on the track for a front wheel drive car. But I have been talking to some all wheel drive guys. A lot of the guys that convert their Civics from front wheel drive to all wheel drive go through the same process. They all had weight plates on their cars because they were front wheel drive and they set them up to drag race as a front wheel drive. But once you go all-wheel drive, a lot of guys are taking the weight plate off and they actually see improvements without the weight plate and actually, dropping the weight, because now that all 4 tires are spinning, the weight plate isn't as necessary. And that guy is 100 pounds. For right now, we have to leave it on because it supports the radiator and the intercooler and all that stuff. But in the future, I think we are going to be ditching that weight plate I made a while back and save close to 100 pounds there as well. So, I mean, if I can get the car to like 2,500 pounds with me in it, I'd be very happy. And with all of the stuff that's still in it, I think that is very doable. Also, I'm curious, who remembers the video when I first did the weight plate on the hatch? That was so long ago. I went to my old welding school and my teacher let me in and cut that out on the plasma table. That was a pretty cool video back then. But unfortunately, I think the weight plate will be going as well. But other than that, guys, the hatch is just about ready here once we get the driver's side door on, and we'll be good to go. So this is the stuff we got off the hatch here. Both doors, the passenger seat, because we're not going to need that, might as well pull it out, and the hitch. This guy was 23 pounds, that was 33 pounds, and then we saved about 32 pounds from each door. That is a grand total of 115 pounds lighter than it was during sick week when it went the 9.3. And the engine that's in the hatch right now is the one out of the Racecar, and this engine might be a little healthier than the other one. This one's sleeved, it doesn't have nearly as much runtime on it. So, if the stars aligned, there is a possibility the hatch could maybe run like an 890 or like, maybe somewhere in that 9.1, 9.2 range, but we'll see what it does. All right, boys, the driver's side carbon fiber door is done and installed. It came out freaking sweet. I'm just missing a couple interior pieces on this side, but we put the door cards back on there. And right now we are just uploading the tune from Gainesville when we took it on sick week. That was a 959 pass. We don't want it on kill because when we ran it at Bradenton, it was literally all the turbo had, because the line of the wastegate wasn't even on there. So we're only going to do that if we need to, if we get to eliminations and we know we're against a fast car and we got to send it and unplug the wastegate and turn it all the way up, then we'll do that. But we're going to turn it slightly back down to something that will hopefully save the turbo, give it a little more life instead of just full tilt the whole time. And I think now that we got the hatch all together, we're going to go ahead and pull this thing out and give her a little test rip in the driveway.
We gonna chain it to the tree again?
No, we don't need to burn up those nice slicks on there.
We gotta clean them off. That's the point.
So we'll do one burnout to knock the dirt off, all-wheel drive, and I'll back it up again. Do it twice, see how it does. But we don't want to drive all the way out to Gainesville, over 2 hours away, and then have an issue, so we might as well test it here in the driveway. Sounds like a good theory to me.
That's what we always do, Neighbors are fine, so.
It's not too late yet. They won't mind. This one's not as loud as some of the other cars.
Yeah. Solid.
They never said anything about the all-wheel drive burnout, so.
And if they never said nothing about Suki, they were good.
Just the jet boat that one night. They were a little upset.
Yeah, the jet boat was very loud.
Runway here, but I think we'll be all right. Just don't go through the fence down there.
It's not that loud. It's pretty loud.
Starts to go.
I think she's ready.
I think she's ready to rip, dude. It like spins all four for a second and then it almost starts to really hook up and go in first.
Decent.
Dude, we need our own drag strip.
Yes, we do.
That private road to Mexico isn't long enough for us. Yep, she's ready, boys. Carbon fiber doors and all.
Sick.
So we're just hoping for like consistent mid-9s out there. Like I said, there's a chance it could run even faster if we really cranked it up, but that poor eBay turbo will be hanging on for dear life at full boost every rip. So we want to just try to make some consistent passes. I think that's going to be the key to moving up in the class, and hopefully we do good. But we're going to be out at FL2K with the hatch here and stick shift, which will be over the weekend, I believe, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the days we'll be running the hatch. But tomorrow we'll be out in the NSX doing the roll racing. So we're going to go ahead and get loaded up here and see you guys out at FL2K. Be there or be square. All right, guys, we are all loaded up. The NSX and hatch are both ready to go for FL2K. If you guys want to come out and see the cars in person, see them race, be sure to come by. We'll be there all weekend starting tomorrow, or by the time you're watching this, it might be today. So it's currently Wednesday evening right now. But yeah, we got some merch and stuff. We'll have the booth and everything. So come hang out with the boys, and we'll see you guys there.